right, hey guys, welcome back to 234 En La Casa. So we're going to be making corn maque choux today. I know that's kind of strange, but it's a dish from Louisiana. I spent the last couple of days in Louisiana putting my feet in the red dirt down there. My dad is from Louisiana, and it was just nice to reconnect with our home place that's there. And so this recipe pays homage to the great state of Louisiana. It is a side dish, and it's made with fresh corn, and I think that you're really going to enjoy it. Again, it's called Corn Maque Choux. Okay, so I'll bring you all over and show you the ingredients, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all over here in just a second. So you're going to want to make sure to rinse your corn on the cob, the ears, the fresh ones. Just rinse them off. And any of the strings, it's part of the corn husk, okay? Those are the silky stuff that's silky strands. It's part of the corn husk. You're going to want to try your best to remove all of those, okay? And so you want to do this process for each ear of corn on the cob that you're going to be using for this corn maque recipe, okay? Okay, y'all, so after you've repeated the process of washing your ears of corn and getting all of the silky strands off that come from the corn husk, you're going to remove your corn from the corn cob, okay? So you'll want to find a deep dish or bowl or what have you and begin to cut the kernels of corn off of your corn cob, okay? And you're going to want to repeat this process for each ear of corn that you have. Okay, and once you've gotten done and you have all the corn off, you're going to take the back of your knife and you're going to get all of the milk or the cream, the corn liquid out of your corn cob. Okay, so I hope that y'all can see what I'm doing here. Because you're going to want to get every bit of moisture that you can out of this corn cob to add to your corn maque roux, okay? So do y'all see that liquid? And it's like a creaminess that comes off of that corn on the cob of the corn. And when I do fried corn at home, you know, in the summertime months, I do this same process with fresh corn, okay? So you're just going to want to get as much of that liquid off that cob as you can. All right, I think we've got most of that moisture out of that corn on the cob, or excuse me, I keep calling it corn on the cob, but most of the moisture out of the cob. And so then what you're gonna wanna do after that, you can just discard your cob. Some people save cobs and do different things with them and repurpose them. You can do that too, but I'm just gonna toss mine over here in my little trash bowl, okay? All right. And what I'll do too, guys, is put a link in the description box of this video to take you to a site where you can read up and find different ideas on how to repurpose the cob of the corn, okay? All right, and so then now you're just gonna get another ear of corn. You're gonna repeat the process of washing the ear of corn, getting all the silk strands off, and then cutting the kernels off of the cob into your bowl and getting all of the milky, creamy substance out of the cob, adding that to the bowl as well. And you're gonna repeat that, like I said, for all ears of corn, okay? All right, guys, I'll bring you back in just a second. Okay, guys, so we're gonna get a big skillet like this, and I'm gonna put some bacon grease at the bottom of the skillet. And I also have a pot over here with water and some chicken base already boiled together. And this, when we put our corn in, our corn maque choux, we're gonna use this just in case like the cream and all that kind of stuff starts to kind of get a little sticking to the bottom. You can add some of the chicken base with water to create another broth in your in your corn maque choux, okay? So get yourself some bacon grease, and you can even, if you have bacon or sausage, like the link sausage, you can go ahead and fry you some bacon and fry you some link sausage if that's what you want to do, and use the rendering from that for for the corn maque choux. I already have some renderings I'm just going to put in here. But if you do it fresh, you can even use those pieces of bacon, just crumble them up and put them in your corn maque choux as well. Or you can use your link sausage and put that in your corn maque choux. Okay, I'm not going to be adding any meat to mine, but that is an alternative that a lot of people do in Louisiana. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and add your bacon renderings to your skillet. All right, and you're just going to heat your bacon renderings over medium-high heat. This is about a teaspoon I added here, and I'm going to add just a little bit more of the renderings to the skillet. Okay, so that's about how much more I'm going to add. All right, so at this point, my bacon grease is hot. If you decided to fry your bacon in the skillet, at this point, you know, you would take your bacon out. If it's done cooking, or your link sausage, you would remove your protein from the skillet. And to this, I'm gonna add, this is about 3/4 of a bell pepper. Okay. And this was a medium-sized bell pepper. So I cut up about 3/4 of that bell pepper, and that's what's right here. And then this is about, I had a medium, well, it was kind of a medium large sweet yellow onion. And I think I cut about 1/3 of that and diced it up here. So we're gonna add that too. And you're gonna saute this in that bacon grease. And then we're gonna add just a little bit of salt. And I'm just gonna sprinkle that over the onion so it can help them to go ahead and sweat. And I'm going to turn this eye down to medium, okay, guys? And then to this, I'm going to add just a little bit of butter. I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of butter to this. And if you all can see, I'm going to... if you all can see if you see like little brown bits in here, that's the rendering from the bacon. I didn't want you all to think that it's like, because I know, you know, sweet yellow onion has kind of that colored skin, like a brownish kind of color. But that's not the skin from the onion. That's going to be some of the, like I said, some of the rendering from the bacon fat, okay? Okay, guys, so I'm going to lift this off, and just be sure, which I didn't say a moment ago, be sure to stir periodically as you're softening these veggies, okay? And so these have been going for about maybe 7 minutes or so, and so they're pretty soft to me. And so I'm going to go ahead and now we're going to add just a little bit more butter, so like another tablespoon, and you're going to want to add these after your veggies have softened to the point to where you want them to be. And to this, we're going to go ahead and add our kernels of corn, and this is about 5 ears of corn right here, okay? And this recipe, of course, can always be easily doubled, all right? So we're going to add all of this, including the milk from the cob, all of this to the skillet. Okay, so we're going to get that stirred together. And then to this, we're going to add a can of Rotel. Now, you decide what Rotel you want to use. If you want to use hot, mild, or I think it's regular, what have you. I'm going to use or original. I think that's the name of it. I'm going to be using the original. And since my children, I know I've mentioned before in other videos, my kids do not like tomatoes. So what I did was just strain the Rotel juice into a container. And so I'm just going to add that. And they may not even eat this dish, but I'm still gonna, just not add a whole lot of tomatoes to it in case they want to try it, okay? But of course, for everybody else that enjoys Rotel and doesn't mind the tomatoes, you just add a whole can of Rotel to this. Okay, we're gonna stir that together, and then from here, you're gonna turn your heat up to medium-high heat, and we're gonna go ahead and add some Tony Chachere's. You can use whatever Cajun seasonings that you like. I just love Tony's. It's really, really good to me, and so that's what I'm gonna use for this dish. And then I'm gonna add some ground black pepper, okay? And then I'm gonna allow this to cook before adding any more like pink Himalayan sea salt, because Tony's has a high high sodium content. It's pretty salty. So I'm gonna let this cook first, and then I'll taste it along the way or once it's done, done, and see if I want to add any more like pink Himalayan sea salt, okay? So we're going to let this cook here for about 10 to 15 minutes on medium-high heat. I'm going to put the lid on, but please be sure to check it periodically in between that 10 to 15 minute mark, okay? So we're going to let this cook, and just like I said, come back and periodically, maybe every 3 minutes or so, and check the progress to make sure your corn isn't sticking to the bottom of the skillet. If some of the liquid cooks off, then that's when you're going to bring in your chicken base and water broth to add back to your Corn Maque Choux, okay? All right, I'll bring y'all back in a second. All right, guys. So this is ready. It's getting ready, and it's still some liquid in here. I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit. I haven't tasted it yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of sugar to it. Just a little, not a whole lot. So I'm adding about this much. And I may not even add all of that. See, I'm gonna put that back. I just wanted to add just a little taste of sugar, okay? This looks so good. It smells excellent. And so I'm gonna go ahead and grab a tasting spoon and give this a taste. Okay, and I didn't have to add any of the chicken base to this because it's still some liquid in there, but I'm gonna show you what I have on my spoon. It's got corn on there, bell pepper, onion, and a tomato. It's good. It's really, really good, y'all. I had got some dust or something caught in my throat, so I'm gonna take a sip of that. All right, I'm gonna taste just a little bit more because this is really good. I got another tasting spoon, and I can see why tomato is used with it, because the tomato was really, really good with that. This doesn't need anything. It doesn't need any more salt. It doesn't need any more like Cajun seasoning. It doesn't need any more black pepper. I don't think. I may add a pinch of black pepper to it, but probably not. This is excellent. This is so good. And the only other thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it off the heat now. The only other thing I'm gonna do is make a pan of hot water cornbread and eat my Corn Maque Choux and enjoy myself this evening. I may make a protein for my girls, but I don't know. This is gonna be so good just with some hot water cornbread and this alone, I swear to God. But I can also see, I'll tell y'all this, why people add sausage to it or bacon. I'm not a fan of bacon bits and stuff like that in food. I just not a fan of it. That's just me personally. But I can see where people would have like sausage or bacon or whatever, because this is a meal unto itself. All you need is some hot water cornbread to go with it. I mean, really, if you have to have some protein, a type of person that has to have protein with their meals. But I'm the kind of person where I can just eat vegetables as a meal, and it's fine for me. So I'm gonna make some hot water cornbread and enjoy some Corn Maque Choux this evening. And I hope that you all enjoyed this recipe. Make today beautiful. And I will say this, for many years, I have been just in a certain space. And it's so nice that, you know, you hold on when you're in these certain spaces or whatever, that you hold on to the essence of who you are when you're in these certain spaces for a long time. And when I mean the essence of who you truly are, like the essence of who you came here as, the good parts of you, the things about you that you know are helpful to other people, that don't hurt or harm other people's souls, minds, hearts, and all that. I'm talking holding on to that essence is what I mean. Holding on to, not to lose yourself in those times, that you hold on to that essence of yourself, so that when you emerge and you're released, or you break the shackles from hell, or however you want to put it, you re-emerge better, stronger, and still able to show the world who you are, no matter what anybody has said in rooms that you were not in. no matter what someone has spun in a certain way, no matter what groups have met in the darkness of night and in the shadows and said all kinds of things about you that may have some truth to it, but a whole lot of fiction attached to it as well. Just know that there is a divine, there is a God that is watching, that knows all of those things. And that may be why when you enter some of those spaces, you have a nauseous feeling in your stomach, or you feel like something's off, something's not right. But the people are smiling, or they're, you know what I mean? But you feel like there's just something like, this person doesn't like me. And no, I love you. Trust that. Trust it. Because at a base level, we are mammals. We are God's highest form of creation. You know what I'm saying? Like we're animals, but there's a difference between us and a raccoon or, you know what I mean? Like a beaver. Those animals make their homes wherever they are, right? We've been gifted with higher order thinking and a reasoning factor where we can go out and create our home. So that's the difference between us and other animals in the animal kingdom. We go out and create our own. So we're God's highest form of creation. But don't forget that we have a soul and a body that's talking to us, that tells us something is not right, or you know what, this feels good. And I'm not talking about drugs and alcohol, though. Yeah, this feels good. I'm not talking about that. No mind altering anything. I'm talking about in our natural state, right? And so just for those of you that are in the pits of hell right now, or that are going through and are trying to get out, trying to escape, trying to whatever it may be, try your best to hold on to the essence of who you truly are. And don't allow those circumstances to change you for the negative. Learn, you're in it, it's a lesson, some things to learn in it. And take those lessons and allow those lessons to teach you how to be better. Not teach you how to go out and do the same thing to somebody else and hurt somebody else and damage somebody else and all that kind of stuff. Trust me, I have been there on both ends. And I learned from a lot of that, how to turn it around and to be a better person. And what I have been going through, and you know, life happens through you, right? And so what I've been faced with over many years. I'm not blaming anyone. I chose, you know, to participate. So it's not to blame anyone, but it's just to know that I have emerged better, and I didn't allow it to change me for the worst. Sometimes you can have so much love to give the world, and people don't want to believe it. And they don't, and they want to, or they want to break you where you're like, you know what? I hate people. When we come here, we naturally love. Babies, they love. They're in the most vulnerable state. They're dependent on another person, but we love. That's who we are. And to go away from that and mistreat people and harm people, there's no glory in it. It feels bad. To the point that you have to be on drugs and drink and all this kind of stuff to try to forget about how you have harmed decent people, kind people. And people sometimes see kindness and love as a weakness, but it's not. It's a strength. And I will say this, people should be very careful who they dine with and who they mistreat and who they talk about, and God, because you never know who they are. It's best just to treat people with kindness, respect, and love, because that's the way that you would want to be treated.
You could be dining with angels and don't even know it. And you've been mistreating them. So just keep that in mind, you guys, and just always know we're God's highest form of creation. And as much as you can, move with love. I'm not saying that we make mistakes. I'm flawed. We're human. That's part of the human experience. We are flawed. We have our things, but we come here to learn to get better, to get stronger, wiser. I have children that I've taught this to, because I know they're going to go out into the world and touch other people and be in workspaces, school spaces, marriages, have children. And I don't want to teach them to do the wrong thing. And sometimes in an ignorant state, when we don't know better, we do teach our kids to do. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You're just operating off of what you've been taught. But when you know better and when you learn more, then you can go back and make amends with your children and say, listen, I taught you this, but I was wrong. This is not the right approach. None of us are perfect. Okay, guys? I really, really send so much love, and I am serious. I send love, prosperity, peace to everybody that I cross paths with, pass by, and even through YouTube or TikTok or wherever this is going to be posted. Okay, guys, I'll see you all next time. I'm going to make myself some hot water cornbread, and I am going to come back and do a white meal hot water cornbread video. I just haven't been to the store to buy any white meal, and some of the stores that I go to, they don't have white meal. So at least not by Aunt Jemima or Pearl Milling or whatever. So, but I will do that. Okay, guys. All right. Well, I love you so much. Like I said, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, lots and lots of love, and I'll see you all next time here at 234 En La Casa. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye.